Hello, everyone. This is Naeem Zabir, and I am here to present to you Thrusters on Half, my space age brainchild. It is a third person action adventure shooter with some RPG mechanics. Now, a thing to know about this game is you can create your own character, and there are multiple branching paths, but I'll just go over a couple of them because it's too much to go through it the first time. Alright, my mission statement going into the game was to explore a brand new galaxy whilst uncovering the mystery of why you're there, and that's very true to how I wrote the game. There's a big encroaching mystery starting on a mysterious figure that you're trying to figure out what they were doing and how you got to this planet in the first place. Well, not planet, but galaxy. My inspirations for it were, well, everything having to do with space, from Firefly to Mass Effect to Star Trek, and you can find them all over. A lot of the alien races I created were very much inspired by a lot of the Star Trek races, because I just think they're the ones that handle alien races the best. Roxanne Cobb is the stand-in main protagonist of the story. She was born on Earth before it exploded, and when it exploded, she was, as long as all the 20 million people surviving from it, brought on to the Fortuna and are trying to expose the corrupt lead of the governmental coalition, Robert Fulcrum. Chancellor Silvan is the first alien squad mate that you meet in the game, and he's the first because he's one of the most nuanced. Where Roxanne and him are not friends. He very much is against humanity being on his planet, but you actually get to work with him to try to get humanity rights while giving him things that he wants. It's a political subterfuge kind of thing. Wisp is the best friend character slash guide throughout the entire game. They are alien that's completely membrane and mostly invisible. They follow the player character around, and they're their guide. They're their Navi from Zelda, pretty much. I very much like the design for this character I made. The level 1. Earth explodes is the intro. You're on Fortuna until you are kicked out for trying to plan a heist to get Robert Fulcrum's data, and then it shows your life on Mars before you go to the new galaxy, where you're pretty much going through the tutorial, learning how the jump jet works and everything, and at the very end you are put into stasis when you go sneak into the ship. You wake up in the Fortuna med bay after jumping to a new galaxy, which is something Roxanne is not at all knowing of. You meet the two scientists help you, Cheryl and Griswold. They help you understand your powers, and then you explain to them that you want to leave the med bay, but they don't trust you because you don't support the GC. You can either lie to them, or you can tell them the truth, and depending on how nice you are, it depends on how it works out. Level 3, you have a ship at this point. If you lied to them or you were just mean to Cheryl and Griswold, you're pretty much shot down as you steal a ship to get out. If you don't steal a ship, you get there, and this is how you meet Chancellor Silvan and everything. You help humans either gain more ground or you help bring them down, depending on whether you talk to Silvan and which deal you work out. Vatrian space, you go there, and there are two different very branching paths. If you're still with the GC, you go there, you are brought to the human settlement, and you realize it's pretty much indentured servitude, so you help them rise up in your rebellion. If you don't, you get thrown in jail, where you find one of the people you're looking for, Irina Morozovin, and you go through a prison break, and you can kill her at the end or not. Level 5, the War-Torn Planet. The War-Torn Planet is the same for everybody who plays the game. You go there, it's a gigantic space worm going around killing everything, and you find info on what Robert Fulcrum was doing, and it's the big aha moment of the game where it brings the story forward and keeps going. You are called by your old best friend from the Fortuna before you got kicked off to go to Mars, and you either make up with her and you tell her what's happening and she helps you, or she just can't forgive you, or if you killed Irina Morozovin, she straight up tries to kill you and you have no choice other than kill her in space combat. The level Deja Vu depends on which route you go. If you're still friends with Lucrezzi and everything, she helps you. You guys try to organize a heist to get through. She tells you that Robert Fulcrum keeps files inside of his biochip in his brain now. If you don't do that, you call all your allies to get into the Fortuna secretly, but you don't know that info bound, so you don't get it. And the third option, if you just want to go murder hungry, is just to kill everybody on the way in. Now, the truth is the final level of the game. No matter what the player is captured by Robert Fulcrum, but what goes out to the ending changes. If you do the really good ending, all the information is brought out. You don't even kill Robert Fulcrum. He gets arrested, and the aliens believe the humans are peaceful. Otherwise, what comes out, but you're put in jail, and everything. Aliens are a little bit iffy on you. And then the full murder out, obviously, the aliens think that humans are a menace to society. The gameplay controls are pretty standard. You're your average shooter thing. Triggers to shoot, stick to move and sprint. Everything that you would usually expect from a game like a third-person shooter. The combat was very much inspired by Mass Effect Andromeda, but I also love Bayonetta's Witch Time and Atlas's time stuff in general. So dodging slows down time sprint. There are other time manipulation abilities you can use, freezing time, etc. Weapons are extremely customizable, just like in Andromeda. Faster enemies are big and hard to kill. Not hard big, but they're harder to kill. There's more precise things needed. Big enemies are slow bullet sponges. RPG dialogue affects the story, and the thing about the system is that you gain more XP for talking things out than actually killing things. I have a big focus in this game on talking things out rather than having to kill everything. There's still a lot of combat in the game, but you can play the game by mostly just talking things if you would like to. The rewards and punishment is I really didn't want this game to be very punishing to kick the player out, so you'll load to the latest checkpoint. The only thing that will really happen to you is that all of your buffs you're using with items before, they will disappear when you die. And, the better you do in combat, there is a score rating system. It's sort of just like Atlas. You'll get a grade and you'll get more experience and better loot from combat. The HUD is a very, very simple, minimalized HUD, and I wanted to deal with. There's a health bar, there's a time gauge for your time manipulation ability, and there's an ammo and weapon display. There's a mini map when you're exploring on planets on foot, but like I show in space here, there's nothing because you can see everything, and a lot of the things that you can see in Utah are told to you by Wisp. And I just want to thank everyone for watching this and just have a great class. This class was really great. I loved every second of it. I loved being able to actually create the game that I have been thinking about for ever since I was a little kid, to be honest, this space age exploration game and getting to think out mechanics and stuff like that. It was just really fun. Thanks, everyone.